Well, let's see. I think that
Yeah,
Ethion and Haviland are under pressure now.
yeah. Let's see how this game 2 goes. We're already having the 1-0 for Agonists and Colleague from the previous one, and this is gonna be a very interesting game.
Juicy spells.
It's super juicy spells, so you can explain why those spells are so juicy.
Well, do I have to? Like,
Well,
Venture is like the best spell into how to gain gold after 10 if
yes.
you have like good build. And well, Ethion Riot, he had a really good role for it. He had Leviathans with violets, I think. But
But now he's having Steed, Harvey, Leviathan is pretty good as well. He just has to roll one more tank.
yeah,
I kind of like this as well. We're having Steed, Steed Violet for Haviland Tough as well. So there's actually some pretty good rolls we see out there. And
I
what?
don't like it. They both going for Steed and Harbinger,
Yeah, I
like
don't like this
both
as
of
well.
them.
I totally dislike Harbinger as well.
I like it, but I don't like if you two go together.
I mean, they're both having more or less no real Pierce stars. Okay, there's I didn't see the Vargs for it yet, but Haviland Taff is not really having a Pierce sword. Obviously, there's the Mask, but Mask is split damage, which is always a little bit critical if you're falling behind.
I also don't like Priestess that far back, but he did it for Serpent, I guess. But I will still build it more in front.
Yes. And what I wanted to mention about the spells on top, all those spells are meant to have a more heavy late mid game to late game, you can say, because they're all building up gold or give the ability to build the right units at the right time. And I kind of love to see a sacrifice play coming to work sometimes with the latest sacrifice changes, where you can basically just sacrifice on a
Yeah,
wave that is very past already in the mid game. Let's say 14, 15. If you're dragging it that long, it can really change up and win you the game.
and also Venture is countering the embargo.
Yes,
So
absolutely. So in this situation, I hope we don't see any embargo, because actually the one taking the embargo is usually getting countered by any of the other two spells.
yeah, but Ethion and Haviland gonna look bad on 10, so it's gonna be very tempting to send there.
Yes, and I hate all the snail scents. We saw 5 snails being sent here, double snail against Ithian and Haviland Tough. This is just awful in my mind.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not good, I think.
it's just free feed, right? They wanted to snail send because of the income, but even with the double snail, it's pretty unlikely that you get them. So even if they wanted to send here, I would have liked to get like a snail pre-income and then for the king ups afterwards.
Yeah, snail after income doesn't make sense.
Yes. So let's see how this is going to change the pressure, because we already see Ithian and Haviland Tough. This time they're saving. So this time they do what they're known for. They're going for more or less the long saves.
They go for.
That's gonna be a 4, absolutely. So we're having the Assyria here, which is pretty bad on 4. The Desert Pilgrim is not really the best unit on wave 4. So this is pretty sure going to be a 4 cent.
No, the build on Solar looks really bad so far, I think. And
Yeah, it is
Agonist.
very interesting. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, and the Aqua's not gonna tank because he got warriors
Yes,
there
exactly. So
already.
he should have placed those warriors exactly 2 squares behind for those aquas to tank a little bit. And with the rogue wave, I mean, the good thing about his build is I often see this with low elos, that they're having a pretty solid early game build because they're just splitting with their waves. They're not having like a weak side and a strong side, but they're often having like DPS in both of their sides, which is giving them a pretty good early game. But the later the game goes, the weaker those builds are going to be because their DPS is just going to fall very early.
Yeah, and so like don't have like mana units to to
for the blue
utilize.
aqua.
Yeah,
But at
and
least
he
he's
also
holding
need
here. I mean,
tanks.
if
Yeah,
they're
but he
if
was
they're winning the game
forward.
soon, they're able to do good, because I think in the early game his build is going to work out. But he has the scaling aspect with the disciple and the gates, so he kind of wants to drag the game into the late.
Yeah, he only needs real into good tank later.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see those 8 workers on Agonists coming to play. Again, they're having a huge worker lead. This time it's 5 workers early on. Last time it was 6 workers on wave 6, I think, and this time it's 5 workers on wave 5. This is actually huge.
Let's see if someone can leak.
I mean, I kind of dislike the Hermit Sen because it was kind of obvious that it's not going to be more masks here, so I would have actually liked maybe a Brute, because you kind of should know that there's a big boy coming.
Okay, but
that was a good play.
This guy has to hold now.
But as we see for Ithian, he's going to hold pretty solid. The Steed tanking for the Harbinger, for the Gate Guard, even getting another summoning out, and the Harbinger is holding as well.
Yeah, easy odds, and they are strong 6, strong 7, so they can push and try get the leak on 7, I would say.
Yes, I have to agree. And the reasons are coming. I don't like this.
No.
So
just gonna be worse for them.
As soon as they're gonna see those sends, Team Fiesta will be able to just go for 7. Especially with the Antler here.
Agony sold 3 bases to get Antler for 6.
Oh, he's really afraid of this wave 6.
Yeah, and this not tanking anymore.
No, it's like only tanking 1 or 2 units on the next waves as well. But it is going to change on ranged waves. I think on ranged waves, when he's receiving a tank, he's not gonna tank anything anymore.
I think this wave 7 is gonna be game deciding.
It's gonna be game deciding, but it's not gonna be game over.
Yeah.
I can actually see the 7-10 cents coming from Ithian and having it tough. Okay.
Big leak from Ithian, but
that's actually huge. That's a lot of gold he's missing now.
Yeah.
And at least the Mythium is not looking too bad for Agonist and Colleague yet. So they're not able to get Mimics here, so maybe it's even a wave 8, because they really want to have more Mythium.
Okay.
But
they can oversave now.
Yeah, but now I don't like the wave 8, because we already see that the Aqua Spirit, the Aqua combo for Colleague, this is not too bad, and they're both having to reroll as far as I know.
No, and this can tank on 8 with Veterans and Deep Coiler for 8.
Yeah, so I actually think that they really have to go 9 now to make this work.
9 is a really nice play.
If they want to have like a huge impact on the game, and then 9 could actually be game winning already. Because a big send on 9, especially against Colleague, he's not going to do a lot on 9. He's not going to have a lot of fun there as well.
Yeah, let's see what they're gonna do.
So can we see how much gold is gained from income? Gained from leaks, lost to leaks, net total Mythium? Oh, there's no statistic about that. Sad story. But we already see in the net worth graph that Agonist and Colleague are both around 100 gold ahead.
You can see total gain from income if you go left.
Over the players. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah. Thanks. So you already see here we have 250 and 230, let's say. That is almost 70, 80 above Ithian and Haviland Tough, and they're now generating 40 income more every round.
Yeah, but he's boosting second time, so and he had boosted like 2 PVs before, so it's like 40, 50, 55 golds into boost versus no sense.
But once again, Colleague on huge value, as we had it last time as well. On 9, he's gonna be around 1.2k, and he might be able to get the gate out if he's really lucky in selling some bones, or maybe even the Aqua. So that kind of
True.
actually be pretty good for him. And as I mentioned, it's going to be the 8 play. And the good thing is, actually, Colleague and Agonist, they can just king up. They're not going to die here. And even if they only resend around 60 or 80 on 10 against Ithian and Haviland Taft, they're going to leak on 10 no matter what they do.
Yeah, I think they can no send on 10 and they leak. But
Yeah.
so like his value, but all his value so far is really bad.
They could actually try out the 10-12 against Ithian and Haviland Taft, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna hold here. We saw the reroll from Colleague, who got now the Mudman. He's even choosing to build those instead of a gate.
Yeah, he saw the all reds.
He said he sold everything and going for the 2 hardened Mudmans. We see another Entler for Argonist, who's actually having a low value game this one at this time.
And the Mudmans are so bad versus Ogre.
Yeah, exactly. But look at this. At least he's going to snipe out a Brute.
Yeah,
so that's pretty
nice.
lucky for him.
It's pretty nice.
But Ogre's just sliding through the 2 Aquas he had. But this is not game over. And actually, there's another Brute snipe from the Asaria. So the Asaria already being a little bit of the MVP this round for Agonist. And 12 units. That's actually okay, I would say. They're
full HP, Ogre.
Yeah, obviously, and the spell is really bad. We have to say this as well, but they're having the better net worth, and Haviland Taft and Xarku, they're both having kind of the same weak waves. So this is going to be 10 and 12. And with Venture not protecting from wave 12, same as Embargo, they only have the sacrifice they can both choose, because if they're choosing to Venture, they're going to die.
Yeah, and Ithian and Haviland are in front or in lead. It's net worth right now.
Yeah.
After this leak.
That's pretty normal after such a big leak.
Yeah, I think they're in good shape. So Agonist and Solek have a chance still to win this game.
The king ups, I don't like those. This is actually a little bit. This is a bad decision. They're just giving a lot of pressure away on a wave where they actually should have just sent, I think, and they would have got the king leaks.
Yeah, but they only sent like 20 and 40.
Yeah, but with no unit sensed, especially Ithian, he's probably going to hold this.
Maybe they even bait them for Venture and they send big on 12.
Well, if you get baited for Venture with 20 and 40 king ups, that's really weird, right?
But they go now.
That is weird. That is a really weird play. How do they win this now? This is a really bad play, I think.
Haviland was looking very bad on 12.
Yeah, he was really looking bad at 12. Like, totally dead. And we see double sacrifice immediately coming out.
Yeah, they played safe.
Yeah, they have to. Whereas... Oh shit. We have the double embargo from Colleague and Agonist.
This is actually not that bad for them.
The thing is the following. If Ithian and Xarku are not reading the play, or if they're sending on 12, they can just full harden on 12, for example. They're as bad on 12 as on 13, I would say. So they can full harden, and then they just have a lot of pressure on 13, and they can send 13. I'm talking about Agonist and Colleague, obviously.
Yeah.
So this is going to be really interesting. Because in that situation, I would never think about my enemies going for the embargo. I would actually either think they're going sacrifice, which is probably the one I would think about, or they're going venture.
I'm curious if the Ithian and Xarku is gonna send now.
They are. Yeah.
I think it's the right play.
This is absolutely the right play. Because you just have 2 spells that can be undercut on 12. So this is absolutely the right play. The only question is, what is the next play for either team? So either there's going to be the GG right now, which is actually not that
Unlikely.
far off. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for helping me.
I think
Because
they are dead.
they're not looking that great. But it's actually possible as well that, for example, the Aseri are sniping the Ogre somehow. Some weird things happen from time to time. And then it's only the question, when are they able to break Ithian and Haviland Tough, because they both push very hard and they're not having a lot of value.
But I think Zolag is leaking hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 300 cent for both of them, right? That's actually huge, and there was no hardens coming out, so there's going to be some leaks. And the Starcaller here, very weak unit for wave 12 on top, not really having the right defensive type. There's going to be huge leaks. Oh, I said there's going to be the Ogre Snipe, but there's a lot of value coming to the King still, and this is probably game.
Yeah, that's GG.
Yeah,
So
it's a bad King spell. 1-1. Oh shit, dude! I predicted a 1-1. You said it's a 2-2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I already thought you're gonna take the bit from me, but we have to say we saw 2 games from Haviland Tough and Ithian going past 10, so that's actually a new thing already.
Yeah, I think just a bit link comes in and you can go past 10. But Econis and Zolag was playing really well the last game, but this game they didn't send in the right times. They sent too often, choose bad waves, I think.
I think they just send a little bit too often.
Yeah.
So again, they were in the worker lead after the wave 4 send. I really do like this because they were both holding wave 4 pretty good. And afterwards they had the huge worker advantage. But I think they did the wrong choices to send on 5. Well, 5 was actually okay because they wanted to get income immediately, but then this resend on 6 was kinda weird. Obviously you got Ithian, but you know that you're having this weak wave on 7, both of them. So it's kind of risky to force a leak on such a key wave.
They was thinking they got big sand on 6 because Zolag was building turrets and Agonis sell 3 bases for Antler, so they was really expecting.
They were actually expecting the 6 send, which is kind of understandable because they kind of had to go for the mind game, right? They could have been broken on 6, they could have been broken on 7, kind of, if they don't build hard for any of those waves, and they decided for 6, which is the wrong play in the end.
Let's say Agonis could go for a deep coiler, and he would be better on 7-8.
Yeah, exactly.